The problem, it seems, is that we have no problems of our own, or we cannot see them because one cannot see beyond 6 feet in Delhi, or we keep trying to brush them under the Persian carpet, where, of course, as we know, they have their own problems. So in Delhi's drawing rooms, the focus shifts far afield to a virginal Greenland cowering under Trump's covetous gaze. At one level, I regard that too as my problem. Greenland has been on my bucket list, a list that moves as slowly as an old Soviet queue, ever since my first sight from a transatlantic flight of endless vistas of pristine ice dotted along the coast with brightly colored cottage-like houses. Now, Greenland is less likely to be ticked off that list, even as the time to kick that bucket comes ever nearer. Getting a Schengen visa, though not easy, is a relatively civilized process. With another kind of ICE, in full flow, an American visa will require jumping through hoops, including the swearing declarations that one is not going to the US to engage in terrorism, money laundering, prostitution, and so on. But despite 3 wonderfully voluble dinners since New Year's Day, nobody, not even Donald Trump, none of the European leaders, can quite predict what will happen in Greenland. The world waits like an anxious teenaged girl, plucking petals of a daisy flower and wondering, will he? Won't he? American interest in Greenland has been voiced before. In 1867, first of all, when America acquired Alaska from Russia. In 1946, in 2019, under Trump 1, and even last January, which does seem an awfully long time ago. Its strategic and commercial importance is undeniable. Arctic warming is opening up the Northern Sea route and the Northwest Passage, drastically cutting transit times. Russia has a powerful Arctic fleet and claims a long Arctic coastline. China is investing heavily in ports, energy, and mining, with an eye on Greenland's 1,000 trillion cubic feet of gas, 90 billion barrels of oil, and massive deposits of precious metals and critical minerals. All these, of course, are rational strategic interests, but their pursuit does not require a territorial takeover and a strangling of NATO. The US occupied Greenland, it should be remembered, during World War II, following the German occupation of Denmark. There is a 1951 agreement which gives the US virtually complete military access to the territory. Denmark or Greenland are hardly likely to object to greater US military presence now. It is the United States that has reduced its earlier 10,000 strong presence to just 200 personnel confined to one base. But then, in a Trumpian world, rational methods and explanations are passé. Explanations have to be found in irrational impulses and psychological vulnerabilities. So first, Trump, the real estate mogul, likes ownership, not tenancy. And he likes big. Ask the 6'2" tall, broad, chunky Maduro. By the way, in Manhattan, the XXL Nikkei tracksuits that he wore are flying off the shelves. So Trump salivates over Greenland on a map, which looks misleadingly the size of Africa on a Mercator projection, and says, as reported in the New Yorker, look at the size of this. It's massive, and that should be part of the United States. By that logic, what about Russia? Next, Trump, the reality TV host, enjoys playing commander-in-chief, stopping wars, bombing countries. The tally is 7 in 1 year, running places, and then watching it from the safety of the White House Situation Room, like, quote, a television show, the speed, the violence. This military porn can be addictive, and as he recently claimed, no one can stop him except his own morality, his own mind. Well, so this week the needle still tilts towards he will, unless Cuba, Mexico, Colombia, Iran, who knows, come in the way.